Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the morning wellbeing ritual. So today's Thursday and we're going to be doing a yoga practice. We've been going through the different chakras in our yoga practice, and today is the Ajna chakra, which is the space of the third eye. So why don't we all close our eyes for a moment, take 3 breaths to encourage and draw our awareness inwards. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Second time, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Third time, breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And keep the eyelids down, but maybe this time taking the breath completely in and out through the nose. Maybe starting to work with Ujjayi breath if you're familiar and comfortable with that. The gentle movement of vibration in the throat as you breathe. So Ajna chakra is home to, is the space between the eyebrows, directly back into the center of your brain. It's actually the home of the limbic system, and it's connected to the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and it's our home of responses to perception, and that's coming from inside of us as well as outside of us. So it's the home to clear seeing. I love that French word, clairvoyancy. And this is the center of clairvoyancy. But of course, rather than a clairvoyancy represented by a mystic Meg with a scarf on her head, a ball in front of her, crystal ball in front of her, and hoop earrings, this clairvoyancy is about actual non-woo-woo, true, clear seeing. The seeing your place in the picture, the big picture of life. It's the intelligence that moves through your body that is not dictated to by the brain. It's a part of the whole. It's the intelligence that is not listening to one organ over the other. It's an intelligence that moves equally through every cell of your being. In yoga, we talk about a drishti, which is a point of focus. So the drishti is Ajna yoga, the point of focus. What are you looking at? What is your perception showing you? What is it revealing to you? So it translates as authority or guru. But you see, our culture has put authority and guru models as outside of ourselves. And that's absolutely not what Ajna chakra is. It's the intelligence, the guru, the authority inside of ourselves, to trust our intuition, to trust our capacity to transcend limiting beliefs, to move interdimensionally in time and space and see our place in the big picture. So it's about opening to higher consciousness and seeing that divine in the mundane. So there are some really great breath practices that are to do with the pineal gland. Today we're going to do yoga. It's also the cusp of a new moon. So tonight, tomorrow, new moon time. And that means there's no moon in the sky. It's the capacity to see the moon has been blocked. Isn't that the perfect metaphor for the third eye? We know the moon is there, but we can't see it. So just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's no longer there. And this is what the territory of Ajna chakra. Knowing that just because we can't touch, can't taste, can't smell something does not mean that it's not there. And we're moving into that space that's so much bigger than just the sensory, material knowledge of our bodies. So we're going to come into the moon sequence. Let's come up to standing. And we'll begin by I'm going to start at the back of my mat. That's just a practical thing because if I go to the front of my mat, it's harder for you to see me. You might as well start at the back of your mat too, because intuition is a wonderful thing. And the way that I teach yoga is always intuition based. There's a teacher called Eric Schiffman, you may have come across, who I think was one of the first Western teachers to teach this sort of flow class that comes from your intuition rather than the teacher's authority. And that's definitely my school of thought. Okay, so let's start with some head rolls. So take your chin down to your chest, left ear over to left shoulder, chin back down to chest and right ear over to right shoulder. It's early morning for most of us with these unusual schedules that are becoming usual. And in the morning our bodies are much creakier, much stiffer, so go gently. And then coming up to center, letting your neck be super high and tall, left ear over to left shoulder. Coming all the way up and over right ear to right shoulder. Feeling into the side of the neck. Okay, and then rolling the shoulders up, down, forwards and back, inhaling as they come up, exhaling as they go down. Maybe taking the elbows, depending on if you have space to do so without knocking anything. Beautiful. One last time. You have a little wriggle in the hips, a little wriggle in the heart, wriggle in the fingers. Okay, and you're going to bring your hands up over your head. You're going to take hold of the left wrist and bring it up super high, and then you're going to lean over to the right. Keep pushing down through the left foot. Inhale as you come back up to center, both hands up high. Take hold of the right wrist as you lean over to the left. Let's do that with our breath. So inhaling to center. Taking hold of the left wrist, exhaling to the right. Inhale to center. Take hold of the right wrist, exhaling to the left. Inhale to center. Bring your hands down to your waist and you're going to step to the side of your mat. So I have my right foot at the front of my mat, the left foot at the back of the mat. Hopefully you're similar. And your toes are going to be pointing outwards, your heels are in. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're coming up into goddess pose, sometimes called temple pose. You're going to exhale, bend your knees. Your knees are going to follow the line of your toes as your elbows go out to the side. And your palms face forwards. It's a very warrior, almost like the haka kind of pose. See if you can tuck your tailbone down and see if you can draw your elbows out. And maybe start to rock from side to side. So a pineal gland kind of practice is definitely responding to what feels right for you and overruling anything I say to make it feel better. So full permission to go freestyle. Bring your hands to your thighs, press the knees away, let the hips come low. And just find your breath here. If you're able to work with Ujjayi breath, then do. Well done. And then inhale, come up, straighten the legs, reach your arms up high, lift the heels up off the floor and suck the thigh bones into the hip socket. And exhale as you come down. Let's take a little variation from the normal sequence. We're going to have turn the right foot to face the short edge of the mat. We're going to lean over to the right hand side and see if you can let the right hand guide you slowly down. So we're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon pose. It's just a playful experiment in how your balance is today. Inhale as you come back up. Let's do the same over to the other side. So you're going to turn the left foot out. Let the left hand guide you. I'm going to end up in the furniture, which makes it a lot easier. And then coming down. And then returning to center. Well done. And then from here, we're going to go over to the right hand side. So turn the right foot to point outwards. We're going to square the back foot. Inhale, open your arms wide as we come into Trikonasana. So just watch the shoulders aren't accidentally scooting up high. Inhale, find your pelvic floor. Pull the muscles in against the spine to give you strength as you lean forwards. And the right hand comes down, the left hand rises. It's not at all important to me how low this hand goes. More interesting by far, how high you can get your shoulder to lift. And you're going to turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to find your breath. Just watch that your knees aren't locking. Let this be a watery, flowy kind of Trikonasana. And then let's inhale, take a reverse. So the right hand comes up high. It just gives you that really nice stretch down through the side body. Bring your hands to your waist. Hop the back foot around. So now you're square to the short edge of the mat. We're going to come into a pyramid. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Keep that back foot really grounded as you lean forward, making a tabletop with your back. And then bring your hands down and place them on your shins. So probably for most of us, that's absolutely perfect for today. No need to go any further. For some of you, you might want to take your hands down to the floor, either side of your front foot. But for me, that's definitely not where I'm going today. Inhale as you look forwards. Exhale, forward bend. Keep the right hip pulling back. Check that the knees aren't locking and that the breath is really responding to the movement. And in fact, the movement is responding to the breath. I'm going to soften that front knee. Bring your hands down either side of the front foot. Let the back knee come down to the floor. Take your hands together and let's interlink our fingers except for the index finger, which is pointing up. And you're going to reach your hands up high, let the hips come low and just enjoy a few breaths here stretching. And sometimes that back knee wants a little cushion. I prefer to have my toes tucked when I'm on my knee, but you might have your feet flat behind. It's entirely up to you. Exhale, take your hands down, straighten that back leg, hop it a little closer, and let's come all the way back up. Bring your hands to your waist. We're going to do the same on the other side. So now the back foot, the left foot turns out, it's square with the right foot at the back. We're going to come into Trikonasana, so your body is facing the long edge of your mat. Inhale, open your arms wide, have a little wriggle, check nothing's locked. Shoulders are loose. Inhale, Mula Bandha is engaged. Exhale, left hand leads. As you drop down, right hand rises. Pause here for a few breaths. Make it as wriggly as you need it to be. Keep that top shoulder lifting so that you can breathe easily. And the overall sensation is about making space. It's not about tumbling down or contracting. Inhale as you come all the way up. Left hand rises, get that nice side body stretch. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your waist. You're going to just square your hips to the short edge of the mat now, which means moving your feet around. Anchor down through that back foot. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale as you lift your heart and look up. And as you exhale, come forwards to make a tabletop with your back. Bringing your hands to your shins or, of course, down to the floor if that feels better for you. And everything is fluid. Everything's adjustable. You can really move each part of you as you want to. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you come into a little bit more of a forward bend. So where is your awareness here? What is it that you're looking at? What is it you're thinking about as you practice? Breath is a really handy anchor for focusing on one thing. Okay, let's soften that front knee. Take your hands down either side of the front foot. The back foot comes slightly further away, so the knee comes to the floor. As you take your weight into that front foot, bring your hands together, interlink fingers, have your index fingers pointing up. Inhale, hands rise, hips drop towards the floor. Next exhale, take your hands down, straighten your legs, square the feet and bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, reach your arms up. Let's go into a wide leg forward bend. So you might wriggle your feet further apart. And as you exhale, come forward, taking your hands down directly between your feet. Inhale as you look ahead, exhale, forward bend. And let's take a little bit of a twist here. So maybe walk your hands over to the right foot. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right foot. And as you inhale, bring the right hand up high. So you're looking over to the left-hand side. If that's too strong, just plant the left hand down in the center and bring the right arm up. And bring both hands back down. Walk them over to the left. Maybe the right hand comes to the outside of the left foot, and maybe the left hand rises. Or if that's too strong for first thing in the morning, bring your hand to the center. You'll know if it's too strong because your breath will stop. So any kind of pausing in the breath, and just come back, soften a little bit, and come to a place where your body feels comfortable enough to breathe. Soften the knees, take your hands to your waist, and inhale as you come back up. Let's bring the heels in, so now the toes are pointing out. Slide the hand down the thighs, pushing the knees away, and rock from side to side. So we're back into goddess pose. Well done. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's take all fingertips together at your heart. Tucking your tailbone down, straighten one leg, moving over to the side. Straighten the other leg, moving over to the side. Trying to keep the heart high. Maybe leaning the heart from one side to the other. Keeping the hips low. Well done. And then bring the hands down towards the floor, keeping the hips low, keeping the knees bending out to the side, walking the hands over from one side to the other. Keep looking ahead if you can, if that's not uncomfortable in your neck. So we're really waking the hips up. Okay, and then when you're ready, bring your hands back to your knees, your thighs, press the knees away as you lift your torso. Inhale, straighten the legs. Reach your arms up high. As your fingertips reach up high, lift the heels high, squeeze everything into the midline of your body. And then, normally we'd come to the front of the mat, but we're going to go to the back today. And bring your hands down either side of your body. Let's come to sitting to finish with a moment of reflection and observation. So sitting in whatever position is comfortable for you, with your spine straight. Check the shoulders are away from the ears. Check that your spine is straight. And let the eyelids close. So that was a very, very quick moon sequence, just one round. You can do as many rounds of that as you like. But just from doing that one, notice how you feel now. And the mantra for Ajna chakra, everything I need is already here. All answers lie within me. I trust my intuition and my place in the universe. Everything I need is already here. All answers lie within me. I trust my intuition and my place in the universe. And bringing your hands to your heart center, dropping forehead, third eye to the tips of your fingers as we bow in reverence to the new moon, the cycles of life, our intuition and our capacity to see beyond the realms of probability and into the place of potentiality and possibility. Namaste.